So we kind of got a surprise today with Verdansk. It looks like it's being delayed until April 3rd. I know that for a lot of people, this is kind of like a huge deal. And I think for a lot of people that play the game and creators in the space, it is kind of a big deal because I think there's a lot riding on this Verdansk integration for Warzone. In terms of BO6, zombies, I think regardless of what happens in their updates, BO6 is going to be fine. I think it's overall a decent multiplayer, obviously with some flaws. Zombies obviously has its own issues, but overall they're getting new maps pretty much every season, and it looks like they're getting one at the start of season 3. Not a huge deal. Main content for Warzone, though, has kind of mainly been put on hold. Not kind of put on hold, definitely been put on hold. And season 3 is supposed to bring a ton of new content with Verdansk, some changes to the way the game plays, with a semi-light integration, essentially, because it will change and rework some of the systems that we've already seen through leaks, and stuff that still hasn't been leaked will probably slightly change as well, right? Or at least I hope so. But we're kind of at a weird spot because I think if you guys have been following the channel for a very long time, I'm usually pretty honest about the state of the game. I'll usually call things out when they're trash, and I'll kind of give kudos when I like something. And when I say something's trash, people say you're a hater. And then when you like something, people say you're a shill. So if 98% of it is bad talking the game, and then you have the 2% where you say something positive, that 2% is enough where you're a shill regardless. So if you've been following along enough, you know that way back when, back in Warzone 2, before the game came out, I said it needed to be delayed until they address it. There's no reason to put out the content and it come out poorly. And I think this is kind of one of those scenarios where they're actually doing that. And it's kind of like a double edge because, of course, I'd want the content to be sooner rather than later, especially since a lot of times videos, when you make videos, you put it out, you can get views. I can make stuff on new metas, long range meta if they fix sniping, close range meta. We're going to get some new weapons. We'll probably have some MW themed weapons that we've seen, Growl, AMAX, Kilo. Like there's HDR. There's a lot of content to be had when this drops. It being pushed out 2 weeks kind of sucks, but if that gives us a better opportunity to have a game that drops a little bit more polished, I think that's a good thing. I think there are some other issues that we still need a little bit of awareness on because it hasn't been cleared up exactly how certain things will be delivered. I think one of the main things that they talked about at the beginning or middle of season 1 was this Ricochet anti-cheat getting a significant update to address cheating. Apparently one of the cheat providers that's a big cheat provider got shut down or closing their doors. So I'm not really sure what the logistics of that, or if that's just coincidence, but there's a lot of moving parts. And I think one of the biggest issues that people are concerned with is the shadow ban system, because whether it's a voice chat ban or getting reported just because you killed someone or you teabagged, so then they decided to, report you, or back in the day, if you used a riot shield, people would report you, or if you're just camping. I mean, there's a lot of reasons people get falsely shadow banned. I'm sure there are instances where people definitely need to be banned and sure, like remove those accounts, make it harder for people to get accounts. But regardless, that update is supposed to come out with season 3. So not only is the update being delayed in terms of Verdansk coming out, it also means some of these changes and integrations are also being delayed. It also means that this Ricochet update that we've been waiting on to at least make a determination if it's going to suck. It probably will, but at least like it coming out so we can say, yes, it does suck or it doesn't suck in terms of content. I think it's pretty evident that there's still multiple things that need to change. And if you watch the recent video and you've been playing the game, playing Urzikstan with 150 players is playing significantly better. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, why couldn't we have had these things way before? And hopefully that's just a step in the right direction, because all the positivity I'm seeing around that change has been pretty significant. And hopefully that just leads it to be like, yes, people who in fact cover the game, play the game, and have multiple hours on the game, maybe understand some of the changes that could be made and get closer to that Warzone 1 feel. I think there's obviously some things that are better, some things are worse than Warzone 1. And we've gotten closer to that needle, removing backpacks and a lot of those changes. So it's unfortunate that we do got to wait a couple extra weeks. If you were planning for Verdansk on the 20th, you had a couple extra weeks to finish out the battle pass. If you hadn't completed, unlock whatever challenges you want to do, and then get ready for April 3rd, which will be the huge content drop for multiplayer, zombies, and Warzone. And then hopefully probably the week of the 24th-ish, 27th-ish, somewhere in there, we should get a roadmap, start getting some blogs, trailers, all that type of stuff leading into the patch notes, which will have all the various changes. So looking forward to it. It is a little bit odd to delay it. This close to the launch, it would have been cool like at the start of season 2. They just pushed it out to April, but a couple weeks before, like, we need a little bit of extra weeks to cook. Cool, thanks for being honest. But is it really like, shouldn't you have known like a month ago this stuff wasn't going to be ready? But either way, we'll see how it goes. I'm looking forward to Verdansk again and kind of seeing where it is. Nice part is there are other games to play. In the meantime, I just finished up Monster Hunter Wilds, which is a pretty W game. I'd never played Monster Hunter games. And then this Berserker Kazan or whatever the heck comes out on the 27th. So I'll be grinding that out right before April 3rd. So I get 2 games in the mix. And hopefully you guys are enjoying your free time. See you on the next one. Thank you for watching. As always, have a great day.